8-Bit Baseball is on. It's Game 6 between the Lucky 7 and the Trademarks here at Trademarks Park. The Lucky 7 lead the overall series 3-2. Pitching today for the Lucky 7 is Cross. He's 3-3 with a 3.60 ERA. And for the Trademarks, it's Peter. He's 2-2 with a 2.64 ERA. Lucky 7 are 14-11 overall. Trademarks are 7-18. 8-Bit Baseball, the league that inspired Einstein to the theory of relativity.
Yep, Einstein the 8-Bit fan. Totally believable. Leading off today for the Lucky 7, it's Reyes, second baseman. Takes the first pitch from Peter on the inside. 98 miles an hour for a ball there. 1 ball and no strikes to Reyes. Second baseman for the 7. And another ball backs off Reyes there. Quite an inside pitch from Peter. And the count 2-0. And there's a strike looking 98 miles an hour in the black. It's going to make the count 2 balls, 1 strike now to Reyes, the second baseman. Pitch there once more inside. And Reyes hangs off and moves the count to 3-1. And a pitch there that was curving back across the zone, hit out to Walker. Walker to Palmer via Peter for the first out. 1 away. Atlas now up to bat. Center fielder for the Lucky 7. Bats the first pitch out to Palmer. Palmer grabs it, steps on the bag. 2 away now to bring up Lane. Looking really good with a .419 average and 10 home runs. Got the homers up into double digits. Takes a strike looking there, 88 miles an hour from Peter. Peter's got that impressive 2.64 ERA. Back on the inside, that's going to be a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike to Lane. And then right across the middle, back to Peter. Peter to Palmer, and we are done with the top of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors. Jackson leading off with the Marks, and of course Cross on the hill. Just want to pitch on the inside. That's going to get foul. Close. But strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to Jackson. Shortstop for the Trademarks. Cross winds and delivers a pitch back inside. Missed the zone on that one. Ball 1. 1-1 now the count. To Jackson. Outside, a strike looking there. That one was in the black, so the count now 1-2. Cross moving quickly here. Pitches outside, but he bats at it, and he's going to get it into center field. Diving attempt by Lane. So a lead-off single there for Jackson, and he's out to first. Wilson up to bat. He's the second baseman. Bats at a pitch on the hands, and that's going to get into left field. So the Marks in business here. Home team. Got runners at first and second, but nobody down. Lucky 7, Cross. Swing and a miss by Simpson there on a slider in the dirt. No balls, 1 strike. And then 1 across the plate looking there. So Cross ahead of Simpson here. No balls, 2 strikes. Back on the inside on the hands, and that's going to be Shaq. And then he gets the runner on the base path there. Incredible. So a double play very quickly. It'll bring up Corbin, one of the most dangerous hitters in the entire fighting league. Takes the pitch on the first inside and takes the first pitch on the inside for a strike, and then 1 on the outside for a ball. 1-1 to Corbin against the left fielder. And back on the inside, a strike looking Cross. 98 miles an hour on that one. 1-2 the count. And that's going to be boomed out into left field, a line drive, but Kruger didn't even have to move. He caught that rocket. So no runs scored by the home team, and we will move to the top of the second. Palmer leading off for the 7. That's a hit out into left field. It gets beyond Corbin, and he's able to get to first base. So Palmer bombs one out into the left field, reaches with a leadoff single. He'll be on at first. That brings up Shaq, the first baseman for the 7. And he hits a hard shot into center right. It's going to go all the way into the stands. Home run. What a shot by the first baseman. Put that one into the stands, and Lucky 7 lead 2-0. Pitch to Kruger there. That one's lifted into right field. Should be playable by Simpson. Yep, on the run. Nice catch there by the right fielder. 1 away. Brings up Roman, third baseman for the Lucky 7. Watches a pitch on the outside from Peter. Ball 1. 1-0 to Roman. Peter winds and delivers a pitch right down Broadway that he smacks right back out into the right field. But an incredible throw by Simpson is in time at first base. He threw him out. Nice. 2 down now, Sergio. Gets a couple of bits on that one. That's going to be out into left field. Once more for Corbin. chasing that down. He's going to move up to second base. So a double there for the catcher. Now to bring up Cross, the pitcher. Pitcher-on-pitcher duel here. Inside, hit out to Walker. Walker gloves, throws over. In time for the out. So we are done with the top of the second. Lucky 7 lead, 2-0. Palmer now, he's the first baseman for the Marks. Lead off this bottom of the second frame. Takes a pitch on the outside, looking from Cross. That's ball 1, 1-0. And then back on the inside, lays off that one as well for ball 2, 2-0 now to Palmer. And pitch there on the outside, right at the edge of the plate, ball 3. Cross has given him 3 pitches out of the zone thus far. And that one was edge of the black, but hit out to Shaq. Shaq grabs it before it can get in the outfield. Steps on the back for the out. Bring up Betts, center fielder. Cross. Lines and delivers inside, and that's going to get out into the right field. All the way out there for Balmer. He's chasing it down, and that will be just a single. Betts not quite speedy enough to move up to second on that one. Walker now. He's popped up in the foul territory first base side. Shaq is shifting down there under it, calling for it, and has it. 2 away for Davids. He's the catcher for the Marks. Outside, watch that one for a ball. And back inside for a ball. So Cross throwing a lot of pitches outside of the zone. Davids bats at that one. That's in foul territory on the first base side. So that'll be strike 1. 2-1 now to Davids, the catcher. Cross checks the runner and delivers, and that one is right down the middle. Up to Lane. Lane throws it to Reyes, and we're done with 2 innings here. Lucky 7-2, trademarks nothing. Back to the top of the order for the Lucky 7. It's Reyes, second baseman. And he's going to hit that very lightly on the third base side. Walker's out there, gloves, throws over. Not a great throw, kind of off his back leg, but was able to reach in time. So that'll bring up Atlas, the center fielder. Just 162 on the year. Certainly not where he'd want to be, I would imagine. Takes a pitch on the outside from Peter for ball 1. 1-0 to Atlas. Back on the inside for a ball. 2-0 now. 2 balls, no strikes to Atlas, the center fielder for the Lucky 7. And a strike looking there. That was on the edge of the outside of the plate there. In the black. 2-1 now the count. Peter winds and delivers. Back inside. So that's ball 3. 3-1 to Atlas. And a strike will move us to a full count. What's going to happen here? Full count to Atlas, the center fielder. The pitch. He walks him. So Atlas takes a freebie there, and that'll bring up Lane, the shortstop, 415 average and 10 home runs. Runner took off on contact, but he can walk home after that blast into the center left field. Home run. So Lane hits his 11th home run of the season. And the Lucky 7 lead 4-0. Outside the Bomber there, a strike in the black. No balls, 1 strike to Bomber. And that one was down the middle. He's going to hit that into center left. Got beyond Corbin and Betts. It's still just bouncing around there in the outfield. That's Betts finally moving in. As the throw finally comes in. So that'll be a double. Bomber brings up Shaq. He had the blast earlier that gave him the first lead of the game. Watches a pitch on the outside for ball 1. 1-0 to Shaq. And then a strike in the black there. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Shaq. First baseman for the Lucky 7. Takes a pitch on the inside. 2 balls now, 1 strike. 2-1. Right down Broadway. Hits it out into right field. It's out there for Simpson, who has a rifle of an arm, as we saw earlier. And he reaches first base. Mark's going to the bullpen. It'll be Carter in the pitch now. Carter to Kruger. And the pitch is going to be lifted into center. That should be playable for Betts. He's charging in, able to make that catch. Runners retreat as the throw comes in. So there's your second out of the top of the third, and Roman's up to bat, the third baseman. Watches that one on the outside from Carter for ball 1, and then hits it out into right field. That will score another one. RBI there for the third baseman. Gives his team a 5-0 lead. Sergio, catcher. Pitch. And he hits that out to Walker. Walker chooses to throw up to second. That's Wilson. And that is the side retired there in the top of the third. Bottom of the third now. Carter leading off, the pitcher. he's going to foul into the the first base territory. Not playable for Balmer. Strike one to Carter. Cross on the hill. He winds and delivers a pitch outside a ball. 1 ball, no strikes to Carter. The pitcher from Cross. The pitcher. Inside, he's popped up once more on the first base territory, and Shaq should be able to make a play on that. Yep, had to reach for it, but he got it. 1 away, so back to the top of the order. Jackson, the shortstop, batting. 311. 3 home runs. Not bad for a leadoff man. Pitch in the dirt that he lays off for ball 1. And then back on the inside, that one was in the black. Strike 1. 1-1 to Jackson from Cross. And the pitch here, way outside. And Jackson not fooled. He's got a great eye on these. 2-1 now the count. Cross winds and delivers. Down the line, he's going to reach. Should be maybe even a double, although let's see what Balmer down. Balmer's able to keep him at first, so not a double, just a single. But he's out at first. That'll bring up Wilson. And hits that one into the left field. Throw up to second, not in time. So Jackson at second, Wilson at first, brings up Simpson. 1 away. Hit in the infield, might be a double play. Reyes to Lane, and back to Reyes to Shaq for the double play. And that is the end of the third. Score 5-0. Cross, the pitcher leading off. And he's going to hit that one very lightly up to Jackson. Jackson throws over. Got him. All right, so Reyes. Pitch is hit into center right. That's quite a shot. That's going to get down for a hit. Yep, bounces in front of Betts, and he's up to second base. A double for the second baseman. So only 1 out, and he's out at second base. Atlas up to bat. Carter. And he's popped up in the infield. That is Palmer there, able to make that catch. All right, 2 away, brings up Lane. Hit that 2-run blast last time up. And this time he's going to hit up to Jackson. Jackson throws over to Palmer. So side is retired here in the top of the 4th. No runs scored. Corbin leading off. 4-14 with 14 home runs. And hits it very hard on the ground to Roman, but he's there able to make the play on that one. Throws Shaq out. 1 away. Palmer batting. First baseman. Cross. Winds and delivers, and hit. That's going to get out to... Ooh, Shaq was able to make the play on that one. Looked like it might get into the outfield. A grounder there, but Speedy Shaq took care of it. And once more, over on Shaq's side, he was not able to get to that one. It got beyond him. That's out there for Balmer. And Balmer's pretty fast. Got it moving around out there, and limits that to a single. Walker now. And gets several bits on that one, but it's a little fly out there, a little soft fly out to Reyes. And so we're done with the 4th. All right, Balmer now, right fielder. And that's a pitch on the inside. Line drive out there to Walker. Took care of it. 1 away. Shaq now batting. First baseman. Inside pitch right on the hands and very lightly hit out there. Palmer grabs it. Retreats to the bag, makes the out. 2 away, brings up Kruger. Carter's trucking along here. Outside for a ball. Winds and delivers a pitch there right down the middle, but popped up in the infield. That'll be Jackson, the shortstop, moving in, calling for it under it. Has it for the out. That's the top of the 5th. Nothing doing for the strikes. Still 5-0. David's the catcher leading off with the trademarks here in this bottom of the 5th. Cross still on the hill. He's in position for the win, now entering the 5th inning. Looking for that quality start. And pitch there is going to be in the black, so that will be no balls and 2 strikes now. Cross ahead of the count. Winds. Delivers. Right down the middle. Very lightly hit out to Roman. Roman throws over. Not going to be in time. David legs it out. Reaches first base, leadoff single there. Brings up Carter. The pitcher takes a pitch inside, 1 ball. No strikes to Carter. Ross checking the runner. Swinging strike there to Carter. 1-1 now the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Way outside. Carter wasn't fooled by that. 2-1. Ross. And And that's going to be lightly hit. It's a foul ball. First base side. So count 2-2. And that one was curving back across the zone. He bats at it. It's popped up basically right on the baseline there at first. Shaq makes the play. One away. Brings us back to Jackson, shortstop. And a pitch on the outside that he bats out into the right field. It's Balmer there. Throws up to second. Not going to be in time. Timeout. 7 are going to go to the bullpen. It's Walker in. And the Marks also going to bring in a pinch hitter. That will be Damtu in place of Wilson. Right. Down the third base line there, Roman steps on the bag, throws up second, double play! So Damtu hits into a double play, and we are done with the fifth. Roman leading off with a 7 here. Carter gives a pitch on the inside that he fouls first base territory. Strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to Roman. Carter lines and delivers outside a ball. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Roman, the third baseman. And back across the plate, he's going to hit that one out into the right field. Simpson, with his rifle of an arm, is able to throw it in and get him out. Excellent defense there by the right fielder. Sergio, the catcher, now. And outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes to Sergio, the catcher. And the pitch there is across the plate for a strike. 1-1 now to Sergio, the catcher from Carter, pitcher for the trademarks. And he's going to be, it's into the foul territory. I don't think Corbin's going to be able to get that one. No, he was close, but a bit beyond his reach. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Sergio. Carter delivers across the plate, and he does lift that one into left. Let's see if Corbin can make a play on that one. He's moving in and able to make the catch. It was close. Walker now, the pitcher. And he's going to bat at the first pitch. It's out there to Walker, the third baseman. And he gets him out. Walker throws out Walker. All right, bottom of the 6th. Simpson at the bat. Lead off this bottom of the 6th here. Lifts that one into right field, really shallow right. It's actually Shaq, the first baseman out there that makes the play. 1 away. Brings up Corbin. And the pitch there is on the inside. Hit out to Roman. Roman throws over. Out. So Palmer now batting. First baseman for the Marks. Pitch there is going to be lifted infield, first base side. It is Reyes, the second baseman, moving in and making the catch. 6 innings complete. Score still 5-0. Lucky 7 over the trademarks. After the top of the order for the Lucky 7, that's Reyes. 333 average now. And he's going to put that one into left field. That's Corbin out there. Out number 1. Atlas up. Center fielder for the Lucky 7, Carter. Lines and delivers a pitch there on the outside of the plate. That's up to Wilson. Wilson throws to Palmer. And there is your second out. So moving quickly here in the top of the 7th. Lane, the shortstop, up. 3-hole hitter. And off the end of the bat, that's going to get into center field. All the way out there for Betts. So Lane will reach with 2 outs. Brings up Balmer. And takes a pitch on the inside from Carter there. 1 ball, no strikes to Balmer, the right fielder. And once more, takes another one inside. Ball 2, 2-0. And that was a pitch in the zone, and he's popped up in the infield. Jackson's out there. Got it. So there we are. Top of the 7th done. Let's see what the home team can do here. Walker now delivering pitches to Betts in this bottom of the 7th, the center fielder. Strike on the outside, 98 miles an hour. Walker's still got some excellent velocity. No balls, 1 strike to Betts. And outside takes that one for a ball. Count now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch there's across the zone for a strike, looking at 97. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the delivery here is going to be back to Walker. Walker to Shaq for the out. All right, so now we've got Walker versus Walker, the pitcher for the Lucky 7 versus the trademark's third baseman. Outside takes that one for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes from Walker to Walker. And that will be hit back to Walker, and Walker throws to Shaq, and Walker is out. two away brings up David's catcher for the trademarks, Walker. And that will be... It's going to... Oh, didn't get down! Lane over there with an excellent play. Great job by the shortstop. So we're done with 7. Top of the 8th. Lucky 7. Batting. Shaq, the first baseman. So pitch across the zone there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike to Shaq. Carter. Pitch there. Way outside. Hangs off that one for ball 1. 1-1. And Carter winds and delivers. Outside, ball 2. 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike to Shaq. And that was a close pitch. Called a ball, however. 3-1 now the count. 3 balls, 1 strike to Shaq, the first baseman, with the lucky 7. And that will be out to Wilson. Wilson throws over to Palmer, and there is your first out here of this top of the 8th. Kruger now, the left fielder. And the pitch there. He's going to lift that into center right. And some confusion there between Betts and Simpson. Betts finally charges out, able to grab the ball. But that's a double. A double with 1 down. Kruger out at second, rolling out the bat. He's the third baseman for the 7. Lifts that one into right. Let's see what Simpson can do with that one. Yeah, he's not going to miss that play. Throws in and keeps the runner at second. 2 down. Brings up Sergio, the catcher. Pitch. And that's inside. He fouls it into the stands on the third base side. No balls, 1 strike. And right down the middle, hits it out to Jackson. Jackson kind of short-armed that one and not able to throw him out. So Walker now batting with runners at the corners. Incredible. And hit up to Jackson. Jackson to Wilson. And that will retire the side here in the top of the 8th. Timeout. 7 gonna change up the field. Palmer will be out at right field. And Roldan is in. Alright. And the Marks gonna bring in a pitch hitter, Gallant. Okay. Walker now pitching to Gallant. And that one is across the zone, batted into the foul territory on the first base side. Strike 1 to Gallant. Coming off the bench. No balls, 1 strike. Outside a ball, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Gallant. Walker winds, delivers. Strike in the black. 1-2 now the count. Walker to Gallant. Swings through that one, he strikes him out. So Walker earns a strikeout here in the bottom of the 8th. We've got 1 away. Brings us back to Jackson. And that will be in on the hands, hit out to Shaq. Shaq grabs it, steps on the back. 2 down. Damn 2 now up. It's the second baseman. Alright, and he's going to lift it just beyond the infield out there for Lane and makes that catch. Alright, top of the 9th. And a new pitcher for the Marks. It's Garvey. Garvey pitching to Reyes. Inside, strike looking. No balls, 1 strike. And he's popped up. It's Jackson out there. Makes the catch. 1 away here in the top of the 9th. Brings up Atlas, center fielder. And he's going to hit that one over to Palmer. And Palmer grabs it, steps on the bag. Brings up Lane with his impressive 422 and 11 home runs. And correction, he now has 12 home runs because that is going way outside of the playable area. 6-0 now. Second home run of the day for Lane. Knocking the cover off the ball. Roldan now. This replacement right fielder. First at bat of this game. Across the middle there, popped up. It's Jackson moving out. Able to make the catch. So the top of the 9th is done. Visitors lead 6-0. Got a lot of runs to make up here for the home team. They've been shut out thus far today. Simpson down the line. Well, that's how you start a rally. That's all the way out there for Roldan. And he's going to move up to second base. Well done. Corbin with a runner at second. And that gets out into left field. So the shutout is in big danger now. Nobody down. Walker delivers to Palmer with a strike. Just across the plate there. And another strike across the plate. No balls, 2 strikes to Palmer, the first baseman. Walker gets a bat on that one. Oh, and he throws up to second. The runner retreats. 1 quick out there, so 1 down. Brings up Betts. And he hits that one to Reyes. Reyes over to Shaq. Runner is able to get to second. 2 away now, so we get a Walker on Walker battle once more. And a foul ball there. So strike 1 to Walker from Walker. Walker checks the runners, delivers the pitch to Walker, outside a ball to Walker. 1-1 now to Walker from Walker. Walker delivers. Walker bats. Hits it out to Reyes. Reyes over to Shaq. And there's your ball game. A 6-0 win by the visiting Lucky 7 over the home team Trademarks. And the win goes to Walker. The loss to Peter. And we saw those incredible home runs. Lane with a 2 home run day. Outstanding. I hope you enjoyed that.